I do like this pick against Neeze. simpLe has shown that he does have the Ragnir back when he teams up with Blue in 2v2s.
Yep.
They'll sometimes run like the Brynn Ragnir. So he's shown that he's very confident in this character. And then on the other side, Neeze kind of playing the meta pick right now of this Asuri. This is the character that if you had been listening to the competitive players, a lot of them were like Asuri all day, all of top 8.
Yeah, I mean, incredibly popular weapon at the moment. It's got great setups. Everyone's finally starting to get a handle on how well it can control the ground. And right now, simpLe is just commanding a ton of space with the axe. Got a ton of damage onto Neeze.
Yeah, that axe is going to give him so much room. Those big swipes, the ground pound. And Neeze hard challenged it. simpLe was not able to let go of the ground pound button fast enough to start up on that swing. And Neeze ends up beating it out and getting back onto that wall.
Man, and simpLe even choosing to fire back with a gravity cancel signature. I mean, he just wants to take this stock. There's the throw for the setup, bouncing him off. No, not enough to finish it out.
simpLe swinging for the fences, getting these big hits onto Neeze. The Neutralite going to send him far over the shipwreck platform and disarm him, but still not enough to take that stock.
I mean, he could do it with any heavy side air. Almost the downlights are about to do it, especially when you're gravity canceling. The Neutralite finally enough to take that first stock just a minute into this match.
And yes, of course, simpLe is going to be sticking with that axe. It's got the range advantage over both the Katars and the Sword of Neeze.
When Neeze just trying to take him out with that volleyball slap. That is one of Katar's best KO moves if you're just looking for force.
Yeah, if you hit that bottom angle too, that spike down can be devastating.
Neeze trying to find his way back down to the ground, but look, simpLe with that axe commands so much space. You have to respect it.
Neeze going to try to utilize that weapon toss to give himself some range, but simpLe again. Getting these big hits. The side air wins too.
Even beating out the ground pound. He's just got his number. Working on a full stock lead. Neeze deep in the red. Can he finally take out this stock? Not yet enough.
Goes for the gravity cancel Neutralite. simpLe still gets the wall touch and the turnaround. Is he going to go for the unarmed? Tries to get the unarmed to finish off the stock. He wants to give himself an even bigger lead than he already has.
I mean, that's what you've got to do. Just keep it working, especially when you're here in winners finals. You want to go into grand finals on that winner's side. Just so that way you only have to win one set to win the tournament. Everybody else has to win 2. And now 2 stocks remaining for simpLe.
Yeah, but Neeze has been on those 2 stocks for a while. And Neeze is already getting close to that kill percent. Just one good heavy attack from simpLe could be enough, but he's stuck on this wall against Neeze. Finds his way onto the platform.
All right, Katar strings starting up, went for the dodge read. simpLe finally found his way out, but he did take quite a bit of damage for his trouble.
He throws away the Katars. Looks like he just wants to play the axe game with this Ragnir.
I mean, it's been working out. I think right now, any kind of off stage, he just wants to chuck those weapons, just any kind of initiation, something to keep Neeze on his toes and thinking about it.
And just put some hitboxes out there. It's a really safe option, especially in these edge guards.
Yep.
Look at the range he has with that, but Neeze able to stay composed, gets that wall touch safely.
Man, Neeze now starting to hunt for any of these bigger attacks. We've seen a ton of Katar recoveries just flying out, trying to catch simpLe. No major purchase yet.
Neeze is doing a really good job of extending the second stock, though. Finally, the recovery from simpLe is going to take it down, but he's taking some damage here.
Yeah, I mean, he already pushed simpLe into the orange. He's definitely been cutting away at that full stock lead that simpLe had for quite some time.
Almost had the opportunity there. You saw the side light can set up for a down light or a signature. simpLe able to jump out, get away.
Man, Neeze has been winning out the Katar Ditto more often than not. It's really been simpLe's axe that has been the story of this match.
Which is why it's a little bit surprising he's sitting here with the Katars. There's a weapon spawn on the field. Finally goes for the toss, but he can't get the pickup. Neeze with the denial.
Man, that was fantastic. And now he's poised to secure this edge guard. Shipwreck falls, very thin walls, but simpLe almost turning it around on him.
The side air still not enough. Oh, yes
Wow.
it is. Did not have enough jumps for that one. simpLe kind of knew it and just floated down, but Neeze is even this one up. They're down to their final stocks in game number 1.
We're back in it, boys. Yeah, Neeze's ground control of the Katars, whenever he can manage to land, is absolutely phenomenal. That's where you see most of this comeback stemming from.
That and the fact that he's been able to lock simpLe onto the Katars for the last 2 stocks.
Yeah.
simpLe finally switches over to the axe, but he's stuck on the wall. He's got some decent damage on the Neeze now.
Yep, enough for a neutral light to send him clear across and off stage.
I was half expecting a gravity cancel neutral light at that range.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
you saw him go off stage, kind of like float right next to him. I thought he was just going to go neutral lights for days.
Oh man, it would be the trifecta. Sometimes that's all you need. Now, simpLe, are we looking for the side air? One of Axe's strongest light attacks. Oh man, but Neeze cutting him up with these guitars, really chipping away at the damage lead again. All right, side air, enough to take it. Game 1, incredibly close. Look at how much damage simpLe had to put onto Neeze. Neeze did not want to go down every single time. It's almost 700 damage. Absolutely crazy.
Yeah, the fact that that one was so close at the end is a little bit surprising given how that started. Like, simpLe had the beginning of that one, but Neeze really started to hone in on what he needed to do, switch it up, get into that, and like I said, he extended that second stock for so incredibly long.
Yeah, I mean, because you imagine you get into the red at 150 damage, so if you're doing incredibly efficient KOs, you're looking at 450 damage for 3 stocks.
Yeah. Like perfect efficiency right there.
Yeah, that was 700.
So that's 230 damage roughly per stock.
He basically was acting as if he had like 2 extra stocks to play with. That was crazy.
That is wild. But we're going to get right on into game number 2. Neeze and simpLe. No character swaps here. simpLe.
Oh,
okay.
But you thought Shipwreck had some small play areas on those walls. Well, small Brawlhaven has small play areas everywhere else.
It's going to be a tight map. Neeze has got to be really careful. If simpLe gets the juggle, especially if he finishes off that axe juggle with a gravity cancel neutral signature, you could see those stocks get taken quick, given how small these kill boxes are.
Yeah, the knockout lines, I mean, they are just right there. The stage itself doesn't have a lot of room to move around. So you're just always in the fray.
Neeze finds a connection with that side light, but was in no position to go for some immediate follow-up. Instead, you're seeing him get these 1 or 2 taps, but if simpLe finds a response tap, he's going to get more damage per tap.
Man, I like how they are both kind of playing centrally around that weapon pickup. You know, threatening who... Uh-oh.
You can touch. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Got sent under the stage. Usually you choose to retreat that way yourself, but, you know, Neeze just happened to knock him that way.
It's a really good option off stage because you're very rarely expecting to get launched underneath the stage. Like, more often than not, you're expecting your opponent to try to send you away from the stage, like more to the outside kill boxes.
Man, and simpLe almost sent him all the way off. Man, that ground pound hitting so incredibly hard, especially on this stage, and it's dead even between these two.
So incredibly quick. That's this small Brawlhaven. It's a quick map. Quick kills happen. Side light nair. Goes for the ground pound, but Neeze able to dodge. You saw him delay his dodge out of that nair, trying to see how simpLe was going to react.
Yeah, he even did like a little bunny hop in the air. That was a really cool option, just to get up and then duck down, just in case there was a jump pursuit.
Just chasing high. That's going to be Neeze on the pursuit now with the recovery. Goes for a second recovery. Really wants to finish the stock off of simpLe.
I mean, he was spending every resource he had.
Manages to spot dodge through the nair.
I get so nervous every time that they're both just fighting
off
up
screen.
Just in those top magnifying glasses.
But it's going to be Neeze who gets that stock off of simpLe. He's just maintaining that slightly. Oh, the slap down! simpLe still gets a touch.
Man, and he got the bottom angle of that guitar side air, too. Such a hard spike angle. Neeze commanding the ground, anti-airing with those down lights. That was where he brought back most of the damage deficit last game.
Ooh, good spot dodge. Recognizing that simpLe really likes to go for these neutral lights when they get close to stacked.
Now Neeze, the one with a little bit of a lead going in here. Wow, great punish on the dodge in. Jockeying for position. Neeze does not want to give up this hard-fought lead that he's earned.
You can see this game is slowed down so much. No one wanting to make the risky moves here, especially not simpLe with this axe. High recovery frames on this axe. Ducks underneath the side light.
Man, that gravity cancel side light, I know it can be a good option because it covers a ton of space, but man, is it so risky.
Oh, yeah.
Because it just puts you so far outside, they can turn around that edge guard.
Yeah, if you miss, it just gives them that control, that spacing. They get back to the stage, they'll have the jump advantage.
Okay, simpLe, starting to get the damage on. He's got the axe. This is exactly what he was looking for. This is where simpLe shines. Anytime he has that axe on hand, he just trades damage for damage, oftentimes 2 to 1.
He is getting that built up onto Neeze. Neeze has the stage control, goes for the ground pound. simpLe going to be above. But he's been losing out in the Qatar mirror match. You saw him immediately throw it down, and Neeze gets the stock with the down sig.
All right, Kitten's got claws, showing it off. This is a best 3 out of 5 set, and now it is tied up 1 to 1.
Now what is it going to be? Is Neeze going to be sticking with this Ragnir? Or maybe switch it up, stick with an axe character, but maybe something different from the Qatars? Nope. It's another Ragnir.
Leaving small Brawlhaven open, it seems, as well as Shipwreck and Small Mammoth. So you've got a very standard map. No, we're running it right back. You know what? I don't blame Neeze. I mean,
he's
he
like,
won
I just
that
won
last
on this
one.
map. Are you sure you meant to leave this map on the board?
Yeah, I mean, I'm all about it. Small Brawlhaven, crazy map. I guess if simpLe can land a couple more of those signatures, that will definitely make up the difference.
Yeah, simpLe's only hit a couple of neutral signatures across this set so far.
Yep.
We haven't seen him go for the side signature as a read off the neutral light or kind of the off-stage dip down kind of thing. And definitely you don't see the axe down signature too much, but you might see him slide charge it just because it's got that chainsaw property.
And right now he's got the Qatars. They do have some leaping signatures. The axe has it as well for that side signature. We've seen him go for it before. Not really able to find any solid hits, but I think a couple more strikes and we're going to see him start looking for a little bit of flame breath.
Looking like the end of the last game with how safely they're playing. No one's really throwing out too many attacks.
I mean, that's kind of the nice thing of when you get to go into the next match almost immediately. When the ban phase for maps is incredibly quick, you get to keep the mindset that you had. And that makes it really easy. Oh my gosh, dash jump, ground pound right over the corner.
You cannot blink or you will get caught. Neeze with a quick dash jump ground pound.
That was just so incredibly quick. Sword ground pound, definitely one of the faster ones. So terrifying to see that coming over the lip.
That's going to give Neeze just that slight advantage that he needs here on Small Brawlhaven. All he has to do is maintain it.
Oh my gosh, went so wide, didn't expect it to have that little bit of extra momentum to cut the wide angle on a downward throw, but simpLe had it for the wide umbrella.
He kept going in the same direction that axe was falling. I almost wanted him to kind of dip back like if it was against a gauntlet ground pound, right?
Yeah.
Like dip underneath it, but instead he tried to go outside of it and basically homed in on him.
Jeez, absolutely brutal. Now Neeze working to build that damage lead back up. Has simpLe into the orange, oftentimes maintaining stage control.
A little bit of a clash out. simpLe able to avoid that gravity cancel neutral light. Oh, there's the dodge down.
Yep, dashing back and forth. You got to play the footsies game.
Barely touches.
Oh, but that disarm Neeze. Neeze now has to go get in there. Yes, arm up with the Qatars. How well can you beat out simpLe's axe, though? Slapping him off the wall.
Nice.
There's the weapon toss to bonk him on the head. Just enough to keep him off that corner.
And made sure to avoid that nair just in case simpLe was able to hit it and get that chase dodge up. Neeze able to maintain this slight lead over simpLe.
All right, back to the guitar mirror. No, simpLe. I mean, he is just so happy to toss those away almost every time. Oh my god.
Damn.
This has been like the game of edge guards where it's just a little tap. I don't know how he made it back, but that recovery is going to seal the deal, somehow catching just the right angle to send him down into the bottom.
Just managed to spike him. He didn't even spike him off of the right side, which is where they're at. He spiked him off that left side bottom edge.
Hey, man, he was knocking him across under the stage earlier. It just seems fitting to bring it back to that.
But as you were saying, with these edge guards in the off stage, you're just seeing them go for these weapon tosses after the hit.
I mean, if you can snag a weapon toss right after somebody spends their jump or their recovery, man, it is brutal.
Yeah, it basically negates one of their jumper recoveries.
Uh-oh,
Nice.
Down air, ground pound. That axe ground pound with the single spin, so incredibly deadly.
Getting some good damage built up onto Neeze here.
Again, the fight maintaining over that point of interest, the extra weapon spawn.
He's going for a very interesting option there. You saw him go for the downlight down air and then an immediate ground pound. I'm not sure if that was a misinput and he pressed down instead of up, or if he thought that simpLe was going to bounce a lot less and was going for that extra damage of a ground pound.
Oh, simpLe catching the side air. That's just enough, even with the skating friction along the ground. And now he's got the set advantage. It is 2-1 for simpLe. He just needs to win one more to go in that winner's side of Grand Finals.
One more game, and he is going to earn a guaranteed top 2 placing, and Neeze will have to go down into the loser's bracket to fight Pavelski.
Man, guaranteed top 2? That would be a serious chunk of cheddar for the weekend.
That's going to be nice. That's going to be a place where simpLe's probably thinking, like, I deserve that spot. I've been there before. Like, that's my spot.
I don't know, man. It's been Neeze just rocking it ever better every single tournament.
Well, you just got to see where he's going to plot on that graph this time, right? We've been seeing it's been going up, but is it time for the number one?
Can you interpolate that data?
Yeah,
Can you figure out exactly where he's going to land?
Is there enough data beforehand to see the trajectory and plot that course? I don't know. We're going to have to find out. Is Neeze going to switch the characters? He's hovering.
Ooh, I wonder. Nope. Back on the Asuri. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I like it.
I wonder if he changed out like the loadout of his guitars or something.
Yeah,
you know,
just change up that the guitar skin just a little bit, or maybe you just need to have a breather, get some water, refresh himself, take that momentum away. Because like we were saying at the beginning of the last game, when you go immediately into the next one, you get to maintain that thought process, that momentum.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I mean, conversely, if you ice your opponent a little bit, stick that little bit of extra time, just so that way they cool off.
3, 2, 1, brawl.
And they got plenty of water to cool off as we're going to Shipwreck Falls. All that water in the background, but simpLe going to get the start, gets that uppercut, but he doesn't want those guitars, and he immediately swaps over to the axe. Trying to play
guard
that
the
denial.
weapon throw. Yep. These did manage to sneak in there, pick up the guitars, and now they're just fighting that left-hand side. It is interesting. Small Brawlhaven, they will often fight towards the center when that extra weapon drop appears. But here, I mean, now the weapon drops on the far left-hand side. But they play a very edge game on Shipwreck.
Yeah, they're just playing on that corner. It's basically like there isn't a whole right side of the map.
Yeah, they'll visit it occasionally when somebody finally gets knocked over there. But, I mean, it is just not somewhere either of them wants to hang out. There it is, beating out that jump, and simpLe was able to get an extra follow-up to build that damage.
Neutral signature connects.
That's the flame breath that I've been wanting to see. Get more efficient KOs.
Interesting. simpLe going to be sticking with the guitars here. Maybe wants to take advantage of the fact that Neeze was unarmed, but a weapon spawns just in time. And simpLe might be regretting it.
Ooh, man, just enough from center stage, no less.
A lot of damage was built up onto simpLe for that down signature to finish him off. Stuck on this corner.
And he's guarding. He got the spike down from that neutral air. It is just, you know, the quick spin, the Beyblade.
He just lets it rip once and then goes back up.
Yeah, and it knocks radially away from wherever you hit them. So that way, if you hit them with the exact bottom, you can spike them straight down.
Right, nice downlight. The anti-air coming out from simpLe as he's recognizing Neeze is above him.
Oh, went for the big signature read. That was a hard call out.
He wanted that dunk down. Nice.
Oh, caught the slap. Does simpLe have enough juice to make it back? No! The recovery was spent. Neeze knew it, and now he's doing a little bit of that weapon juggle just to delay the next weapon spawn.
Yeah, he doesn't maintain it all the way to simpLe completely respawning, but does a great job of just kind of delaying it a little bit. It
was nice that it was the Katars, you know, because Neeze, he had a little bit of extra room to play with, wasn't able to capitalize, so now simpLe is back on that axe.
simpLe's got some work to do here. He needs to build up more damage onto Neeze before he can even start thinking about the knockout.
Ooh, well, there it is. I mean, that recovery is going to be a ton of damage. He snagged a side light, a little bit of 1-2 hitter from Katars.
No, I think you were right with that first comment. That was a pretty snide side air. Down light into the ground pound from simpLe. Will even up the stocks, but he is at the damage deficit. He's got to be careful here.
Weapon drops just in time. It is Katars for Neeze. Now they're playing the center stage. simpLe not wanting to go off stage and, you know, get caught out by these Katars. That would be absolutely devastating.
There's a line drawn on the wood, and whoever crosses it is the one making that risky play forward.
We'll figure out which one of these robots is going to walk the plank. It's probably just going to break right under him. You said there's a ton of water down there. We don't want to rust.
Ooh, that side light catches him. Neeze.
Oh,
gets
man.
it.
And staying alive in the set. Now it's tied up 2-2.
There was just enough force on the tap of that side light to keep simpLe from touching the wall, and that means simpLe on the game 5 is going to switch to Thor. He does not want to go down into the loser's bracket.
Oh, now this is an interesting pick. We saw this earlier, and I don't know. How do you feel about Neeze is going to be playing Katars? Do you think we're going to be seeing more Hammer or more Orb?
I think it's going to be more Hammer-centric, but overall, it's just interesting that he'd switch to something that he hasn't been warming up.
Completely
the Ragnar's
different.
Like, yeah, no carryover in weapons at all between this and the Ragnar.
Ooh, there's Neeze going for those dash jump ground pounds again. So incredibly scary, especially on a map as small as Brawlhalla.
You saw simpLe was ready for it, though. He's kind of doing these fadeaway nairs. You even saw after that ground pound happened, he tried to fast fall next to Neeze so he could get underneath for the recovery. Like, simpLe is playing for that edge guard with his hammer.
Oh, man, going
dodge.
for the wide ground pound there. You were talking about simpLe kind of fading wide a lot of times when he's in those offstage positions, and Neeze really capitalizing.
That was a great adjustment from Neeze to recognize on the last one that simpLe faded away. So then on the second one, he goes out wide and caught him.
Ooh, going for the Mjolnir toss, but it's the stomp side air that's going to clean up the first stock. And now simpLe, although he's in the orange, Thor has a ton of defense that you need to cut through.
He's a real tanky boy, especially against Katars, which aren't the highest damage per hit, but that neutral signature is going to get the stock immediately evened up.
Man, just dunked.
I was trying to set up that simpLe was going to have this extended
no,
stock.
None of that.
He's just like,
Absolutely none of that. Neeze shuts it down.
Just chop that stock.
Man, and that was one of the few times that Neeze actually spent on sword, you know, kind of plotting the destruction. Are you kidding me? Not even Thor's lightning was enough to get back from that edge guard. Neeze just took him down.
And he knew it, immediately backed off, and even made it back onto the stage. Neeze doing so well. Oh my gosh, Neeze's Katars are just going off now.
With the wide ground pound again. Skating around down to the other side. Hammer ground pound sends Neeze down. There's the weapon toss, bopping his head. Second ground pound to clean up the stock. We're back in it.
That's basically 4 stocks taken in about a minute. Like, that was quick.
Yeah, this has been an absolutely crazy match. I mean, it's 2-2. It is the last game of winners finals, and man, does it show.
They want that spot in the grand finals, the guaranteed top 2 placement. Nobody wants to have to go down, fight Pavelski, and then go for the 2 sets in a row for the grand finals. Neeze with the neutral light into the side air.
He didn't. Oh my gosh, that was just enough to touch. But the side air cleaning it out. Neeze earning his spot into grand finals, sending simpLe down into lower finals.
That trajectory, that graph is going up. Neeze goes into the grand finals, and simpLe has to go down and fight the Shark. of Pavelski.
Man, this is going to be, I mean, this has been an absolutely crazy tournament. Neeze just popping off in that last game. Absolutely crazy. And I gotta tell you, after a play like that, simpLe, I wonder how he's going to be able to slow down some of that momentum that's just been thrown into his face, because Pavelski has been nothing but that all tournament.
I don't think he wants to.